Sakurite Umaka, hi.
This is Nashoba.
So, oh, what a pretty. I had a husky growing up. I loved them. I was in the middle. I'll show you. I got inspired.
Oh my goodness. Talk so it can show up there.
Oh, I am in the midst of painting
There you go.
cherry blossoms for this time of year. I don't know. I just got inspired and I just sat down. I'm like, oh, gotta get on with katana. So this will dry for a little bit. Yes.
Awesome. That looks beautiful.
Thanks. So how are you, Miss? How's everybody there?
Doing well. I need to go get the book, but I got tuning forks for my birthday.
When was your birthday? Did I miss that?
Yeah.
March 16th.
Oh, and
wow.
good with birthdays. Oh.
Pisces.
Oh.
So last night I bought this book, and so last night Chris brings the book in. He's getting ready to go to bed, and I had a session with a client that he divorced all the women in his lifetimes.
Wow.
So they came and whooped my butt. They really did. I was in a spiritual war with hundreds of women just beating me up. So because he divorced them, and then found out this morning one of the women or two of the women came to Brandon, my youngest son, and found out that he has past lives, and this one likes to keep trophy cases. So this morning they had to go in spiritually to remove themselves from the trophy case. And I'm just laughing. I can't help it because it's really funny to me. And Chris goes, no, that can't be happening because that's not happening. Here comes Betty. So
Raise the volume.
yeah, so then from there I kept hearing, well, Chris has a past life with her, and Chris is like, oh no, I don't.
Oh
And so
no.
I was like, you need to ask, right? You have to ask. So from that point, I'm laughing because they're both in this cave, and it's the time of Medusa.
Oh.
And Medusa had 12 sisters,
Yeah.
and they all got cursed, right? But as the god of thunder, Zeus, and Chris was Zeus in the past life, he liked to have sex with everything.
Wow.
So from that point, Brandon's like, of course you had her because she was different, and all of these things. So they both, Chris is like, oh, am I in this cave in a trophy case? And his body went forward really hard. So and I'm laughing, and I'm like, I gotta go get ready for this meeting. You two are on your own today. So what opened it up was Brandon. We went to celebrate yesterday, and Brandon had tequila, Mexican tequila, and that opened up this whole past life with this woman. And boom, he woke up with a major headache. I said, because she's beating you to death. She's using, he was the ancient god Hermes. I have it on my YouTube. So that was him. And so I said, no, it's really true, because the vision him having sex with her, and she bent over the forge, and her face is right here, really close to the fire, and he's just, doing it. So, and then all of a sudden, I see that aspect of him just whooping the heck out of his penis, going bad, bad, bad. So that was my morning this morning. And I was like, and Chris goes, you could probably make a song of this. I'm like, yeah, the life and times of Katana Ray. Oh, hi Betty. Betty, can you hear us? She might be off somewhere. But that was this morning. Let me go grab the book right quick before everybody comes in.
So what's the time there now?
Right now it's 7:40 p.m.
How's the weather?
Today it was raining, but it had already been springtime, so it was quite warm. I'm not so familiar with Fahrenheit, but in Celsius it would be around 20 degrees. And so springtime really kicked in. But today it was raining, and but we went through the woods with the dogs, and that's fine. I'm used to it. Yeah. So you're from New Jersey. That's probably the same kind of climate.
It is same climate. Yeah, that's
The
what
same climate. Same
we're on
thing.
kind of the same,
Same. Yeah.
attitude. Yeah.
But yeah, we've been all over. We've already, like me and the dogs, we all had lived in Costa Rica. So they know other kind of climate and they know other kind of areas, and they're fine. Like I prepared them very well. But that's kind of like my other part, and I've been trying to leave the country or Europe for a while already again. So it's a little tense in this area right now. So I prefer just leaving. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh, I got a weird text. Anyway, everything. Thank you for sharing that. I sent one.
Well, that's why we talked about this when we had her session about creating the medicine wheel online. Because what she wants to do is create a huge medicine wheel and with people, and I'm like, why can't we start it online?
Yeah. And then maybe there's also, there might be little groups coming from this, and they create their medicine wheel where they are. Like the more people, the better. And then there may be, smaller groups somewhere in all the parts of the world. And,
So what's the premise behind the medicine wheel? Like what I don't know enough about it. So what is it? Explain.
that'd be Katana's job. Like
Okay.
That's her. She knows a lot more. I just love my
So the medicine wheel is a supernatural healing space. So it doesn't matter, because I've actually done sweat lodges online, and everybody's like, you can't do a virtual sweat lodge. I'm like, bet my ass we can, because it's the whole intention, right? It's our intention. So our intention is to be inside this wheel with everybody, that's in this group right now. And whoever else comes in, they're invited in. So I even created the music to help to go with this and start the intro of it when everybody's truly ready here. So medicine wheel is about sacred geometry of bringing that energy from the etheric energy, your chakras, your plant matters, your earth, your air, all four directions from that point is in on this. It's not just one little thing. And I've created a medicine wheel in Denver when I lived in Denver, and people could feel vibrations. And in the medicine wheel that we created in the back of my yard, that what happened was when they came to do the medicine wheel, they would enter the medicine. I'm getting goosebumps. When they entered the medicine wheel, time changed.
What?
It changed, time changed.
Time
Because
change. Yeah.
yeah, because it either slowed down or sped up.
Yeah.
Because you're not in the same space
Mm.
as the outside world. So as we're in this backyard around these trees, and it was plum trees, and then I planted flowers around the outer layer, and then just put rocks, I just let myself guide me to the direction I should go, right? So from that point, the people that entered the medicine wheel, every once in a while, they would look outside of the medicine wheel, and the world's going by.
Yeah.
But inside the medicine wheel, it was calming and relaxing, and just like this sacred space that we all came into.
It's like a glitch in the matrix.
It's almost like, is it almost like, and I know you haven't, well, Abundant Healing had an egg. So if it's a giant egg and it has, well, it's not a and it has all the hertz, different kind of frequencies that you can plug into it. Like, if you have sickness or something, and you plug into it, it reverberates, and it goes into your, well, frequency. We're all made of vibrations, frequency. So is that kind of the same premise?
Yes, it is. Yes. And once that frequency comes in,
Right.
whatever you was holding on to at that moment is gone.
Yes, right. They can plug in any time, like, if you were coming from a sickness or something debilitating, they would put you in this big egg that the way it reverberated the frequency, and then, to do that, but like you were saying, you were right with what you were saying, that you don't have to be in the same space, that I could represent somebody who's not feeling well, and I'd be in the egg, and then I could send my frequency to her or him, and it would help them as well.
Yes, and as a group, that's what we're going to, in the attentions today, that's what we'll do as a group today. So like for your mom, we could send healing frequencies of these hertz to her, and help her in her healing process. And then last night, I created new tarot cards
Okay.
of hertz, of megahertz of 528, 369, and I got several of them created.
Wow.
So through that, we'll do a little, I'll have the computer read it, and I believe I have the yeah, I should share computer sound. Yeah, I got it on. So from that, we'll go into a meditation, and then move forward from that space.
May I share how I got to the medicine wheel, or how I first? Can I? So
Yes, please.
I told you, but I'm sorry, I forgot the name of your friend. New Jersey.
Sherry.
I'm
Sherry.
Sherry.
Betty.
Sorry.
Good to meet you.
Betty, hi. I just I told Katana a few days ago, I think, that at the beginning of the pandemic, I was I received visions. Actually, I did a lot of channeling with my friend. We were just channeling back and forth to figure out what is going on here. And then I dreamt of this place where there was a fire and there was a huge circle, and I saw indigenous people chanting, especially women. I think they were just women chanting and dancing around that circle. But in the middle was a man, and he was crying, and almost as if he was sweating something out of his body. So I had this vision several times coming, and then one of those women was literally facing me at some point in one night in a dream, and she's like, "We got a mother humanity. There's this disconnection from." They said it, the ancient mother gene, like we are disconnected and we need to get back to this nourishment. And that medicine wheel, we just fill it up with this motherly energy. So if people like sit in the middle, that they can feel it and can get back connected to it. So it's been a process. I've had all those glimpses in several nights. And so I looked up, what is this? Because I have not seen it before. So I would look it up, oh, that's what they call it, a medicine wheel. And before I was not familiar with that. So that literally came in my mind during those nights. So I asked Katana about it because I know she's she's from there. She knows more than I do. So I told her the story, and I feel like most people lack that motherly love, that nourishment, that energy. If she feels something about that, if that's something that she can resonate with, and then she said, yeah, and that's how I got into this. Yeah, 5 years ago.
And I'm happy you did, because we're here right now.
Thank you.
I had heard of the medicine wheel, but I haven't really worked with it much. So I'm really looking forward to experiencing this and contributing to it, I hope. Also, I wanted to let you know, we do have some male energy here. My Joseph is here, but he's resting across the room because we had to bless him a little earlier. He just has been working too hard. We have had a mold issue, and we had to move furniture out of our living room, and we were waiting on a special mold cleaner, and we got it last night. Thank you, Lord. His grace is working well. And so we were able to clean everything and then scooch it back in, but it's been a rush. I think he might have got his back a little bit. So he's going to join us when he feels up to it, or he'll be holding space from the chair across the room.
No problem. There's another male here. Yeah.
Yeah, he could be the one in the middle, and we hold space for him too, right? In the motherly.
Thank you. We'll see how it goes. Whatever's in divine order.
Okay, does anybody else have questions? Terry, you have any more questions, or?
I'm going to grab my water. Be right back.
No, I think you answered that. It's fascinating. I've briefly heard about it, but more so when I was with Abundant Healing. Her practice, she's the one on the East Coast, or very few people who have the resonance of the egg. Look that up, and that has this where you go in and it has the frequency that helps. I had done it. I don't remember what. I know, I cut my hand open, and I fell, and so they put me in there, and to help me speed up the healing.
Yeah.
I find this very fascinating. I'm glad you're doing this. This is great.
Yeah, it's about part of stepping forth and creating what we want to create, even if we don't have the space that we want to create it. It's a part of not letting that I don't have get in our way. Because then we can just work around it, and then we're gonna so while we're doing this, the native guides that I walk with, Sokuta Pakarite Unoka is Neiteka Umakuita and Sunueta Karatu Makita and Nakito. There's about 3,000 natives that is joining us spiritually. So if you guys experience something in this, that you're hearing drumming or, like yelping or anything, or you see visions, don't hesitate to share, because the beautiful thing of this is that I've done in New York, how I met a connection that Sherry and Betty knows that we will not mention. I did a drumming ceremony there, and we did it on a Zoom too. And there was people that seen natives dancing around the fire and
Yeah.
doing the healing with us.
Do you know-
And they actually tapped into some of their past lives. Go ahead, Betty.
I'm getting that there may be some coming through me very spontaneously
Okay.
rather than my normal angels, but they'll be present as well.
Okay.
She's
So
This is going to be cool.
yeah, so we'll start with the music that I have, and let me know if you can hear it. I'm going to turn it down a little bit because the tones are a little bit high. Can you guys hear that?
Yes.
Okay.
the sacred medicine wheel. Honoring the sacred medicine wheel. Lighting of the central flame or candle. If using a central fire or candle, light it now. We light this flame as a symbol of unity, intention, and illumination. May its glow remind us of our purpose, to raise the vibration for the people, to return to the sacred, and to embody love, truth, and healing. Let us now set our intention for this gathering. May each heart speak in silence or out loud, carries. Let us now set our intention for this gathering. May each heart speak in silence or out loud the prayer it carries.
Sokodakarite Umakarite. On this day, Kuno Bakarite, we set forth our intentions. And Sokota Ikito Umakita to bring the mother heart space back in. Gundak Badaraki Unokorite. Suotoka Ebu Anate. As we see the prayers rise up into the universe and setting forth. Asihito Amakia Takura Anakita Umakita Anuka. We release them and let them go to bring in that beautiful space. Musoete Ikito Amakiata, as we had walked through the first song, as they're describing, we created the stones in the medicine wheel. We created the plants around us. We created the sacred space for others to be invited for their healing. Asukute amakarite ampuhate. That not just with us, but with many. Asuna kito amakawa itu, the nation of the native. Ubata ihuto is here. Naki Uhota is here. Abutakito Hamakia is here. Duetakito Amakiela is here. As the angels stand around the circle with us. So with the Ikato Makalite Utokete Una Asoetakito Makita Una te kito, so noi te kita ha, muta karite umite, so noi te kita umaki, so te kito anatam. And we see more arriving. Hey, iko amakawa. Soite, you are open to speak. Soite now. Kumba. Oyateo. Umbete. Kaya tukayo. Umbakeo. Umbakia totoya. Notayo. Kondo. Ande kuaneyo. Umbayo. Umbe ai tokatayo. Onde sueyo. Umbe tua katueo. Andrea. The heart source is forming. Umbe te akatueo. Onde ki. Today is our intention to bring that heart space in, to bring it forth and fill it, give it space once again. Onda kaya tua, umbe toa kate, onde vaio. The feminine energy has been damaged from all the trauma. We are here today to bring the true feminine energy and the divine true space together. And feel the heart space. Andoi kaya tundeo, umbaya, umbaya kundreseo, ande kuatandeo, umbaya, umbakia tandeo, undoi kaya. Unde kia tandrea, umbaya,
I'm hearing allow, everyone.
unde kia.
I allow.
Umbate akuvula, unde vale, unde vale. Alaya tandeo, unde se. Unde kaya tundeo, umbaya. Umpe te akotua, onde sei, onde u, ande u, ande kete honea, onde u, sei tu, onde ya. Takito amakita anate. Is there anything anybody want to share?
I'm getting we have a ring of angels archangels holding hands around us as well, and also a ring of natives peoples. They're interspersed. Angel Indian, angel Indian. Beautiful. Hold space for your journey today, dear ones. Know it to be so. Be in truth, trust, knowing, and order, and all is well and on its path. Create the world you seek. Humanity's time has come. Know it to be so. You affect it greatly this day with your intention and your power. Please embrace that power in confidence and trust and knowing.
Welcome.
The goosies. Truth bumps.
Look at that.
Indeed, you hold
Hi.
space for your
Hi.
world this day.
Go ahead, finish, Betty.
Ah, la,
I was
la.
just going to
Oh,
say, they're saying, indeed, you hold space for your world this day. Know it to be so. I think that's it.
Only love. Hi, Annabelle. Annabelle is in our group now here.
hi, Kat. How are you?
Mm,
Hello.
Hello.
Everybody's saying hello.
Hello.
Um,
Hello. Oh, I came in
Leela,
late. There's a lot
I
of things.
I seen the heart space and your energies just flowing around that space and that beautiful. Oh my God, it was so gorgeous.
The first thing I saw was everyone's chakras going whoosh, the heart chakra. And then you saw all that.
Thank you. I feel happy to be with you.
Thank you.
Here. I allow.
Okay. Asukoto Asukoto e Makalete. The goddesses want to sing a song, so the goddesses are coming in.
It's a unique blend of earth-based and heavenly people here with us, or entities here with us.
Yes, it's all good. It's
It is.
all of it's good.
Mhm.
They want to interrupt and said they've been waiting for this for a very long time. Onde lea cultua, onde lua, alu. Candela, candela, onde seu, onde kia tantuea, onde la, onde la, onde, onde, anda caio tu haia, onde la, cantua. They say the goddesses want to honor all the women here. If they want to honor the one that had informed Katana right here, they want to give you honor because you actually are stepping into what you will be creating even more. This is your first sacred space, and Katana is just the honoring host, but you are the one. You are such a beautiful soul. And we want you to know that you are the one. Ando karete ua. And you umute kiwa are very much loved. And they are so happy that your freedom has set forth and that you are coming into your space. Untakirete lila. We love you. We honor you today in this beautiful space that you are. Azukotai and Nakiwata. And as all of you, we honor all of you. And we thank you for this time. And we know that life is very busy in the space that you have. But we have been waiting for this for centuries to connect this away. And as we use Katana Ray today to talk through her, understand we love you all and we honor each and every one. And the sacred vows that you made to come to Earth and to make this change happen. We see it, we understand it, and we know the jobs that you have are very big. We are here to assist you in any way that is needed. We thank you very much for your time and space. And we are honoring you for this moment in time. Bunda laito aloha, onde kia tuaya, umbaya tuha, umbaya tukayo, onde you, ante laita kua, onde se. Unde kia tandueo, umbaya, unde laya tundea, unde laya, unde lua candeo, umbalu. I hear the drums starting. Umbadea candeo.
So was the dance.
They dancing?
It has begun. The dance has begun. I see like a little group off, like out of the main circle, supporting us with the dance. Are they?
Are you seeing anything, Sherry? We can't hear you, Sherry.
Oh, I said I feel chill, like chills. Can you hear me
Is
now?
that souls? Yes, that's souls. So release the souls that you're holding on to.
Allow, my dear.
How do I do that?
Statement.
I release the souls,
That I'm holding on to,
releasing the souls that I am holding on to,
and the ones that are holding on to me.
ones that are holding on.
We release them in the 4,069 hertz of the angelical realm.
Yeah. Oh.
See them rising.
Vaya.
Aruataka Tekioto Undeu Deu. They are receiving healing. Umbakito anakarate.
They are
All
frightened of change.
It's okay. The angels are creating the light, and with the mother's heart source, stuck for a very long time.
Oh,
We ask for the special key to unlock them.
oh,
Your chains are being unlocked and removed. I take you to Deu. I see a lot of them turning to light and disappearing.
and starburst.
You're doing a great job, Leah. And that's what we're talking. Huh?
Yeah, I had
What are
seen
you
women.
seeing?
I seen women planting seeds, like there was soil and they were planting seeds. All of them really wild chanting, and then I also somehow saw a huge tree, like big one, and people would go up there and put like little letters on or hearts, put decoration on. Some were crying, or they were just sort of dancing around. It's somehow celebration of life. I
And
kind of,
freedom.
yeah. So they go there to also bring their wishes and dreams, but also their sorrows, and just put everything on that tree. It's full of emotions. Like, but then that, yeah, it is connected to the seeds they were planting, and then there was this tree. Yeah.
And
That's powerful.
It's just like tree of life, isn't it?
Yeah.
yes, that's what I get that too. Yes. You are correct, sister. We are all family here. We have been incarnated at times, many times, with each other. We have hatched this plot and plan to do from long ago. This is why they said they have been waiting so long.
Miss Annabelle, what are you seeing?
Hmm?
What do you see?
Well, I'm just happy. Overwhelmed. I'm just happy living in my moment and getting to know you now. I don't see much.
Allow and it will come. You have opportunity to settle in.
I'm
Miss
sorry that I'm
Annabelle.
late.
Huh? Miss Annabelle has a very important job. She is the overseer of the Akashic Records.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you very much for your word. Very much. All levels. Wow, that's a big job, my dear. There are so many of them.
I don't remember. I suppose
It's
we
all
go
right.
here on this earth, we
That's
forget
how it's
about things.
designed. but it's time for remembering on many levels, I'm hearing, and just as it comes, no pressure.
It all comes in its time, right?
Exactly.
They say here that better late than never.
If I could just mention, I am too a full body channeler and energy worker. So I guess I'm a psychic, a spiritual medium healer. And what happens is I'm very sensitive to energy. So you'll see me get the twitchies and just as my body reacts to the high energy. And then my body, spirit has permission to utilize my form in any way that helps conduct the energy. So you might see me spontaneously get up and move around, just for fair warning. It'll be the angels or the others that are present. I am well vetted and protected, so I allow.
Annabelle, you want to announce where you're from?
Well, I live in Portugal and I was born in Uruguay, South America.
I
Uruguay.
love that place.
You've been there? You
Yeah.
have? That's
Yes.
beautiful.
I
Portugal?
love it.
The people there, I
The
love
people,
Uruguay.
the most loving people I've ever met.
They, they are.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, my grandfather, my paternal grandfather, we immigrated there, you know, I was born there. And when we had to come back here, you know, because my mother was, you know, she commanded everything. And so we came back. My grandfather cried. He cried because he loved the people. He didn't want to come back. He wanted to
Yeah.
stay there.
Yeah, imagine.
Sugar
Yeah.
people. It's amazing. Yeah.
They're beautiful. And the land's beautiful. I was
Yeah.
back there in 2012.
Yeah.
I was only there for a week. And I visited a lot of places. It's a beautiful land. Beautiful country.
Yes, it is. I was there
Lovely
20.
people.
Yeah.
Lovely people. I was there
Mhm.
when my father passed away in 2012. I went back there to get some documents, update them, you know. And so, you know, it's over top. It was beautiful. It's a beautiful country, beautiful. And, you know, our planet is beautiful. It's a beautiful planet. And I only wish people would keep it better, you know.
Be better stewards.
Yeah.
That's why we're here today.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're helping everybody.
I was also asking Katana, I think, what was it, Monday? If
Yeah.
it's possible to even clean the soil through a session like that, you know, because the soil is so contaminated that we cannot grow healthy food in so many areas. I have no clue. It just came to my mind. Isn't it possible to clean those pesticides out of earth? So
Yeah.
especially those people in South America, or you know, all the tribes in all over America, all over the world, can grow their food. And I have no clue how that works in a circle, but isn't it like maybe blessing earth or blessing the soil, or I don't know.
This is what Raymond Grace does. Have you heard of him?
No.
The gentleman who is a master dowser and Sylvan mind control teacher for many years. And they've proven it with actual physical tests. He can take a contaminated body of water and make his statement and do his magic with his dowsing pendulum, and it clears completely, becomes pure water. It is doable. For
Yeah.
sure. And he will take, if you email him, he will lend his intention as well. His belief is incredible. I think that's his main teaching job here, is to show the incredible power of belief.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Would you share the link to him in your email, in the email
In the chat,
or in the chat? Yeah.
I'll see if I can. I'm not very techy, but maybe I could just type it in so I look it up.
So water for itself has memory cells.
Water, yes, but I was thinking about the soil, where you actually plant the seed and then have like the food growing. And I'm from Switzerland, we have pretty organic food, but especially here in the US, and when I was in Los Angeles last time in May, so many people are sick, and it comes from the food they eat, right?
Much of it, toxins
A
everywhere.
lot of, right? And it's not just the US, a lot, Costa Rica, the same thing. But I was just thinking, is it possible to start with one place and try to sort of bless the soil so people can grow healthy food? I know how to do it physically, but it takes a lot of time to do it. That was just a thought. Maybe it's like 100 people were blessing like a reservation. Maybe that helps. It's just an idea. I don't know how that would work. I was just throwing it out there to you guys. Like maybe you have an inspiration.
It's doable very quickly with Raymond Grace's technique, but also it may flow from this session as well. Yes, but you could learn some very simple, effective techniques that you can utilize. I'll put the link here for his YouTube channel. I'll keep looking for it.
Just think about if we were doing it, if the 100 people were doing it for just a country, or like we could
The more the better.
Wars, you could do so much.
Truly, truly.
Just you can.
Last night, or this morning at 5 a.m. when I went to bed,
You got your nap.
I got my nap in. Well, because I got inspired by this book.
Can I even see it? I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Right here.
Human biofield. Oh, good.
Yeah, the human biofield. So I was reading about the Akashic records in the knees and the feet, right? And then all these people started showing up with me, and then other people in the background kind of arguing about what I was reading about, or telling me that I didn't know, I couldn't pronounce all the words, which is true.
So
True. And I'm like, we're holding this space and not judging people. So from that point, I came in and worked, and then I went to bed, and I was thinking about everything that we have been working on. Like we talked about the soil on Monday, and then on Tuesday, with Devante, we actually did layers of the earth, but then somebody else came in more information about how many actual layers there are to earth, and cleansing the earth. Then this morning I had a dream of why not create this harmonic field of the tuning set of the tones of the, let me get this right,
Forks.
of the tuning forks, like the hertz of it, and put that into energy space, just the knowing that space, and then bringing that through earth cleanse. For one, it's just not earth that's dirty, it's the people that live on earth.
Yes.
And we're connected to that, right?
yes.
Like everything that's happening in us is happening to our Mother Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So, cleansing the water, cleansing the earth, what we've been focused on in our sessions. That doesn't matter who I do it with. The guides and everybody that's with us today know that it has to be a bigger, like a bigger thing, like Leela was saying. It's bigger, like
Yep.
it has to be bigger. And the understanding is bringing those tuning forks in and tuning that through that space. It's tuning it through the space of the people. And because if you're cleaning just the layers of earth, and there's people that are holding on to things that does not serve them, then it'll just end back up into the same space. So like yesterday, we was working on Neptune, the actual planet, and we found that Neptune was actually moved. Somebody actually moved Neptune out and fake Neptune in its place. And what happened on Neptune happened as on Earth.
Wow.
Wow.
Pretty deep, isn't it?
Yeah.
Katana,
Mm-hmm.
have you do you want to continue?
Oh, yeah. So
No, I was just
No.
can I ask you a story afterwards?
no, share whatever you got, share.
I was just I went a few years ago. I did with a friend of mine a Theta healing session, and it was something completely else. We started off getting in there, but you might want to help me with this. So I had seen something like sort of a civil war situation going on, and there was a, well, let me say this. There was, I thought it was the US. I'm not sure. I don't even know what year it was, but there was a shadow over these people, and all those who were pregnant with their first baby, they lost the baby. And whatever that was, that what I had seen constructed something on the DNA. So they were cut something on the human DNA that it's not complete anymore. There's something missing ever since. And I was thinking about that, and I called it the ancient mother gene. I don't know why I called it that one. So I thought there's a need of reconnecting this, that the people find their own way home, because they seem to be disconnected from what a lot of us call soul. Like that's what I had seen back then, but it's a few years back. But as you say, there's something bigger than that. I would go into the DNA. Like I would just check I'm not, it's just something I had seen, and I'm not sure if the interpretation is correct. I just see pictures and visuals, and then I make up my own explanation, you know?
Yes.
But maybe you might feel something about that.
I get Europe. Is that true or false?
I got true.
But it seems all humanity have been affected by it. Like
Yeah.
all of
Yes, it was. Where it happened, the Civil War happened, it was actually in Europe. And it's because Europe holds titles to, even in America still, like they hold titles to land, and the Queen holds over that even today. But that's what I'm hearing. That's one part of where it started from. So if we call the ancient DNA back and heal the children, because it doesn't matter who you was, okay? So I have been many things. I am the Queen of Angels. I am the High Priestess of the Lightning Clan. I am Running Wolf, Sokotakito Amakara. I am the Blue Bear of the Water. I am Adam. I was Adam and Adam and Eve. I have been a planet. I've been a tortoise planet.
A star.
A star, yes.
That's why she
And-
sees so brightly. Not a practice. Glowing.
So, and I know everyone here has been many, many things. And so, where they've taken me to is like back to the beginning. Like it was before, it was way up here, you know, dealing with these prominent issues. And then they kept layering me back. And now they're layering me like I've went back to before the stars was formed. And then we've released many people, even Annabelle, that was she was the keeper in this time of the Akashic records. And the things that happened with her, we released that, and they can't take that from her anymore because we removed it completely. So where am I going? I feel like Betty has something to say.
Okay, well, I'll have to get it because I've been typing. So just a sec. I think I got this. Is HTTPS, you do the forward slashes and then the colon?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I got you the information. There we go. I'm proud. Okay. All right. Let's see.
And this is being recorded, so it will be on here for you, ladies.
Thank you. It's so much better to not have to write notes because we miss stuff.
Oh.
Oh, that. I think someone is coming forward. Yes, I will. I honor you and I vow. I am honored. Thank you. This looks like a very majestic, fully feathered head, ceremonial headdress all the way to the ground. Lots of glowing white feathers and majestic. A chief, a leader of nations.
Snow White
It is
Eagle.
I. It is I, dear. Yes, can you see me? I am honored for this gathering and this opportunity, my dear ones. Yes, there is much that has been miscreated in your planes and realms of Earth, and indeed throughout the multiverse. You are powerful beings, and you have, in large part, misused that power through lack of knowing. Many have become trapped, and bogged down and have attachments, and as you saw and see, the effects of toxins indiscriminately loosed in this world, causing harm and damage to the planet and your bodies. This, however, is not insurmountable, indeed, not at all. Just the power of pure intent with belief can clear great swaths of land. This dear one that is in this body was sent to Red Feather Mountain in Colorado to bless and to cleanse, and discovered that Creator can give the planet a heart chakra attunement, and this is what occurred. And the energy was sent out over 8,000 miles in all directions. Memory of it is just overcoming my body a bit. The chills. Thank you. Indeed, we were there with you, my dear, in the blizzard, at the lake where the mountains stones stacked like snowmen, one above the other. It was so incredible. Indeed, we sent you there for these formations. So it does greatly assist you when you listen to your guidance and you follow your nudges of where to go and when, and whom to call to help. For you are indeed so powerful together. The power of 8, that's nothing. The power of 2 is even enough. And it is not nothing. That did not come out correctly. The more of you that gather and the more of you that join intent, the further your reach. But know this, even one individual praying to Creator or blessing with pure intent and belief can change the world permanently. Do not be disheartened, for much can be done without any money, without traveling, although this helps. It does. And it can be created. Anything you lack now or perceive you lack is there in your energy fields, happy to form into a thought that will drop into your synchronistic experience. We must simply remember these facts, these truths, that this is a divine matrix you are in. At times not so divine, but it is a matrix. And you can affect your reality with that pure intent. And by canceling the negative feelings and thoughts that run through your mind when you observe them, cancel, I choose differently. Or you hear something come out of your mouth that has indeed appeared in your space or your reality, but do you want more of it? Well, even if you must speak it to someone in your mind, cancel, delete. These are simple tools that are incredibly effective, and you forget to use them because if they're not stick to long enough, you don't see enough evidence. So this is the key. Gather and remind each other and practice. And do not get discouraged, for if you do, that is where your reality will reflect back to you. It is okay to get discouraged or have any feeling. We just simply choose that you do not stay with it if you do not choose it, if it does not serve. Yes? Anything else you would like to share? Allow. Much resistance is in the human, even the ones on their path that do seek and do listen. It is unconscious. Those of you that work with our dear Katana here, you see evidence of this during your sessions, yes? Very much detail she gets, and much power is used to help you. So it is the way of it, and there are many layers, and the more layers you uncover and clear, the deeper you get to what holds you back or causes this resistance we speak of. Please do not allow the human physical experience to pull you away. Yes, for periods of time, you must work, you enjoy your families, we understand. But please come back to your private time and your own practice and the time you spend to work on and with yourself and others that help you. And gather like this regularly as you can for the sake of your planet and this ascension that is occurring right now and will peak in the coming decade or so, to the experience of a new earth coming about where there is no dirty soil or water. And you want to be on that version because the old one will still be available for those who do not rise. This is what we see and know now. In the beginning, there were so many questions, for humanity has never made it this far in this collective that is present in this timeline here now, in all the timelines here now, you see. So there are still many unknowns, but truth and faith and trust is key to allowing everything to move in the direction that is desired and what the potentials show us. So we will gather with you today, and we do have much to be solemn about and serious about. The ladies are now dancing for this purpose, to create this sacred sanctity amongst the race of you, to shift the tide to those that are on the verge of awakening, popping their eyes open and seeing that they don't want to throw the plastic bag out the window anymore. Even that would make an incredible upshift in your energies on this planet. But there will be much more. Have hope. There are many more just beginning their journeys. And they need you and your direction. Shabita, you, my dear, are seeing much, for it is your time. We're so grateful the two of you came across, well, it was no accident, that you met this dear one. And it is no accident that all of you gather here now. It has been planned by you for eons. Many, many, many Earth years. So know you are in divine order as we sit here this day. I will hold space and allow, along with you, as I access this dear one's physical shell. And, well, pardon me, inner child, I did not mean to insult you, and allow you to continue.
You Snow White Eagle. What about that? Oh, no, kind of about that.
He bowed to you, and he is still exiting my frame and fields. He is not going to fully exit, of course. Ooh.
Usually don't.
That doesn't happen every session, I'm gonna tell you, where someone comes through for that high and that long.
Wow, that was beautiful.
And he was joyful and happy, and then he was somber and serious, and all the while so loving. I had to really allow not to start crying with the love of it. So, ooh. Didn't know that was coming.
Go ahead.
And Katana, can you tell us more of him?
He was a medicine man. There was a lake created in Michigan, lower part of Michigan, upper Peninsula area of, and we used to bring the people there, and they would come wash in the lake and wash everything down the river, and it would cleanse through the whole cleansing process. We was together in a past life. I ended up as his wife, and
Related somehow.
yeah, he was my husband. He is a medicine man chief, and he taught me how to use the medicines. And in this time, I was known throughout 3 tribes, and the tribes would come and get me and take me back to them so I could do healing.
You were incredible, my dear. I'm not gone. I simply backed up a bit. So she could not be so overwhelmed. You are an incredible healer and teacher as well. You taught many others how to care for wounds and deal with illnesses. You were amazing.
So I tap into that now.
Indeed.
I use that.
Indeed, it is present.
And I went to up to the upper Peninsula area in lower Michigan and found in the Blackwoods where we used to be at. And it's the Wabano Nation. Nobody really hears about them, but they did exist. They're smaller people. And sometimes when I'm in that medicine woman state, I'll shrink.
Interesting.
Yeah. And people have seen my hair actually grow.
I've seen her hair do all kinds of interesting phenomenon. We've done a lot of sessions together.
Yeah, she's seen it be not great.
We share some clients.
And then all of a sudden you could tell there was energies that wasn't serving, so my hair would change color and turn really gray. So the fun part is understanding who you truly are, and that comes back to your ancestral. Okay, so if I'm Adam and I'm the queen, you know, like my son goes, Mom, if he was Adam and Eve, but then you're the queen of angels, how does that even work? Like, how does that work? And I'm like, I don't know, because I always looked at myself like, that's that person on TV. That's not me.
These are many
That's how-
timelines and multiverses and co-happenings. It is a very complex thing to try to put words to.
That's the part that we think, oh, that can't be me. But really, once you step into that space and hold that power, hold your power to that, it changes everything around you. And yes, I get attacked, and we move through it, you know. They love to come whoop my ass to make me stop.
To try. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They do their best.
but I'm not gonna let them. I was doing a session the other day, was like, I said I'll do this in love. Well, it ended up in a test. And I was
That
like,
happens.
okay, I have to hold space of love through this whole session. 4 hours of doing this session. And it kept looping timelines. And then there was 10 million timelines of looping timelines. So it got faster and faster. It could just come back faster and faster. So no matter how many times we cleared it, it would just come right back. And in the end, I was like, what is going to get this? And they said, well, you said you was going to do this in love. And I'm like, I did, didn't I? And that's where we're like, dang, I shouldn't have said that. But
It was the highest purpose.
where you've got to be is understanding, okay, I said that. Yes, I did. So I'm passing the test because I've done this in love. And even I started to get frustrated, and the client's like really frustrated, and I'm feeling her energy, and I'm feeling her kids' energies and her dog's energies, like, Katana, clear this now. And I was like, I got the words. It's simple. I'm passing this test in love. I'm passing this test in love.
It is a
I
powerful
am
thing.
passing this test. I am passing this test in love, because the I am is the most important space that we have, because that's our root chakra. That comes around, and this book even talks about it. I got goosebumps around my kneecaps and my ankles. Even this book talks about it right here. It talks about the whole biofield of the Akashic records. And I put a link of it in the chat.
Thank you.
So, and it's only like $13-14. It's not
Oh,
like
that's
an
very
outrageous-
accessible.
Yeah, not outrageous. I actually bought 4 of them last night to put them in my shop, because I'm like, oh my God, this person needs it. That person needs it. So
White
What
Eagle
it
has has started the mandala while we have been enjoying your visit. So can you
nice.
see it, my friend? He drew it in the air in the middle of us.
Okay.
The image of it. It is much bigger, of course, and it's everywhere present.
Almost like the flower of life, isn't it?
Yes, very, very astute, my dear. Love is love, yes, at the highest frequencies, and it is represented in many symbols on your earth.
Yeah, because it comes back to the point is, are we going to do this in love? And that's where Leela comes in with the bringing that motherly love. And that's where the heart was filling. And I could see a small space when we first started. There was a small space field of love, and all the rest of the heart was empty. But as the energies intertwined and came up as everybody was gathering together, it brought that space and that fulfillment into the heart. But there are some things that we are still missing. It is confidence, understanding, our faith within ourselves.
Confidence, yes.
And that little inner child down there in that sacral chakra that always looks for the trauma
Well,
Maybe
inner child.
if I
so
might
many of
say,
you have it.
I cannot, like, I just had this thing to feel safe, to receive. You might want to have some fatherly energy for protection, like having a container that feels safe, sort of a safe haven thing. Then you can more, I feel I can better open up to receive that motherly love. Maybe if people are resistant to it, or some humans are resistant to actually receive it
Yeah, worth
because
issues.
they're not feeling safe.
Well, that and they are not feeling worthy.
Or
They haven't
yeah.
healed their inner wounds of self-loathing because they've been abused so much as young children, or murdered in their sleep, or devalued in so many lives. It does affect the subconscious, you see. I am not worth anything, evidently. This causes much resistance to love.
It is
So thank you for doing your healing work, my loves.
There's a grandfather energy to hold that space, that container, like the safe container to actually be there, the protection, because it needs both.
Yes.
It needs the male and the
True.
female, both. It needs the mother and the father. It needs the cosmic parents, and it needs the grandparents, and all of them within each other, like holding that space.
This is
true.
important, and especially true for those who are unconscious. You can hold space for many loved ones who do not know what you know, and give them much protection through your own intent.
And
It's
as
not
we're
perfect.
talking about this, my root chakra is on fire.
That's totally understandable.
It's okay.
What do you call that? Congruent? Congruent?
It's just
Okay, I'm back
flaming up.
for a bit.
I'm like, boy, it's really warm.
We are fulfilling an agreement today, my dear.
Yeah.
This dynamic, this unity is achieved, he will just kind of spontaneously chip in, so you guys get to figure out when I'm talking and when he's talking. Because evidently this is his session with Miss Katana. It's awesome.
Okay, I'm hearing a song to honor Undala on the all day long. Ande hayakutua. Ande ande ha. Ande kayo taya. Umbayo. Ande Tundoyo, Umbakiyo, Unde Luakote, Umbayu, Say, Tuhaya, Umbaitayo, Tundoyo, Bayu, Ande Kiyato, Ande Kiyato, Bayu, Taka, Udayu, Onde sea tu cua, onde kiu. Umbayu ata, unala, alo donea, unzaila, untueu, umbeitu. Sherry, they're bringing your mother in for healing. Umbataya kolua, onde kia tua.
They have multiple teams of assistance and help here with us and through us.
Onde kia tua.
A lot of energy. Yes. Multiple entities.
Umbaya, umbaya kitua tayo. Umbaya kitua tayo. Onde kia avakayo tayo. Lavakayo tukayo. Onde kia tuvayo. Umbaya. What I'm seeing is that DNA connection of what Lila was talking about in the Civil War in England, of that ancient reconnecting. Is this true? Okay. Unde kia tu kau, unde sai, kanadai tayo paru, upalu, indue kayo tu, unde kuatan, and tayo, tayo, ale, ande kuatan tayo, kia tuwa, ande le, they say,
Weird, I see.
The megahertz are coming in and surrounding. Umbatea tunde. 369 megahertz, 128 megahertz, 138.1 megahertz, 528 megahertz, 4096 megahertz. Onde tia tu katua, onde kia tua lei, onde kia tua lei. I just seen a huge explosion of light. Umpa kia tua te, o te hu. Carrie, tell your mom to allow, to say allow.
I allow.
Say allow.
Ante kia tua. Everyone is receiving healing as we move forward through this day. Umpa kia tua. Onde
That root
kia
chakra, especially.
onde la, onde la, onde la, onde tu, onde umbale, onde sea coro, onde ki. Sakalite, onde ta ya, onde ki ha
Hiya, 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 hiya. Oh,
Oh,
wow.
oh.
Busting up congestion, darkness. Hiya, hiya, hiya.
Honoring the wolves today. Aya, onde kaya, onde laya tukai, onde se high tones of Upakia tande, alatu. Takarete. So it is, so it will be.
Yes, sister.
Umpakito anakiwa, asuto akita unute. Ekato amakia oto eto amakawa. Entu akete wosoitai akoloba. Ito ka lupa te hiwa.
Hiya, hiya.
Tu akito.
Hiya.
Amakiwa eto anata. So beautiful. The light has changed in many of our spaces today. Akito anakiwa. Ito ka ay huwala. Uta kiwa. Ito ha. Suito ko aniwa. Ito ka ay uta. Ito ka ay tuya. Una, una kiwa. Ito ka le tuya.
Hiya, 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 hiya. Ooh.
Ito haka. Una kitu. Ella. Una kitu. Ito ka po ala. Uto kito hata. Oh my. We are filling the heart space. Inner children, allow for this light to come forth and fill your space. Wash the inner children in the white light waterfall.
White Eagle is doing good medicine. Oh. Hi.
We honor you and we honor your time. We are grateful that you came for this huge healing, this sacred space. We ask for the harmonics of 4069 healing rings to come into the circle and come around us, each and every one of us.
Please place them on Joseph as well, or around him as well.
Yes. He is in the circle. He is receiving healing too. He is sacred. We will be happy to help his heart space. There's things that did not want him to come forth in his power.
He got healing, he got clearing and healing before the session. He's recovering.
This one's even more to add on to what he's had.
Yes, thank you. I had placed a healing box of and a level 13 healing ring around him.
Level 13 is very powerful healing.
That's what was suggested. He's very strong. One of the
Katana
oldest souls on the planet, like in the top 3.
and the angels have created many healing rings. Hephaestus, too. Hephaestus is the forger. When she was talking in the beginning about Festus and his little arisal today, she couldn't stop but laughing because he had warned the other Mark, which is Shiva, which is Archangel Raphael about him having many lifetimes. And as we move forth, the intertwine of lifetimes and the spectrum of the multiverse and the parallel dimensions, he found out that he understands now the things that came forth. So sometimes as we judge others, there's somewhere, some point in time that we have had maybe similarity issues. And that we, as we're looking at one person, maybe we just need to look at the self. And as we do that, we bring in the light, not the punishment. And we let go of punishment because that does not serve us. In this understanding of punishment, it's only a lower energy that cannot live without a host. If it has a host, it can live as everything in the lower: worry, stress, fear, constant reverberation of the things that you do wrong, of validating those do not serve. As we let go today, remember to stay in that heart space of that I am, moving forward in the lights, and bring this space back to you and this beautiful energy that we're all holding, and letting go of stuff that you might not completely understand, that you are here. Katana says scratch out the butt, because there's no buts in her language. You are here for a bigger purpose today. You heard the call and you said, I am showing up. And without the whole session on Monday, we have been waiting for this connection of many wants. Betty and Katana had talked about this, but there was energies interfering. And as we're moving through, clearing those, we're coming forth to a new time, a new awakening of the mother source. And as we healed that trauma in Europe, it will make a huge difference. And we're becoming into the new moon, a very powerful. This is exactly what we needed to start. And not just you, that everybody's here on this Zoom, but even in the etheric energy fields and beyond, and to bring that tree of life into our heart space, and that love, finding that space within the self and holding it there. You are not alone. I know each and every one of you have felt that way. You are not alone.
We are working on the brain stems right now of all to calm and heal.
Katana, can feel the difference, because my third eye is not splitting open as it was.
Too much trauma indeed.
This is what we're letting go of today.
Let the amygdala of the brain calm and your parasympathetic nervous system, the vagus nerve, be stimulated to be your healing mode and the primary mode, rather than the fight or flight that modern life causes. Allow it to be so, dear ones, for it must be, if you are to fulfill your aspirations and your desires here, and heal This is the healing mode of the body and the inner child and your field's feedback system with them. Now, can you feel it? Breathe into your vagus nerve, the center, well, down the spine. And back up.
Energy.
Flow, it'll go both directions once it leaves the body. Connection with Mother and Earth. Mother, Father, God, and Earth. Gaia and the planet she resides in.
Can't reach it when it's gone. It's gone to infinity. It no longer exists. It is eradicated. Appreciate you today. We honor you because you are to be honored.
You've had many travails and you have overcome much. And now you are overcoming more. We are quite proud of you. It takes sacrifice and resources to pursue this path at times. We honor this as well. It is White Eagle. He is bowing to you.
Take you to and the eye to eye.
Yeah, you. Hiya.
To take eye. The rainbow colors are coming in. So beautiful. Pinks and the blues and the majestics. The yellows. Coming in and surrounding us. The oranges to uplift and beautify the energy. Bring that happiness. Know that you're doing something on the bigger scale, the spectrum. Your intentions are very powerful. Taquito. Bataito hataya, undekia tuaya. Neptune is singing. He wants to honor you today. Undayayo tokayo, umbataya kuwayo. Endayo ataho, umbayayo. Indolayo tuha, umbaya.
Seeing a beam of light and everyone's going up and down the spine and going up to heaven and down into earth, so to speak. And it's expanding now horizontally as well, filling the fields. And it is like golden white. And there's already been violet and green. We did not wish to interrupt, but you may be feeling it now. It is super cleansing and realigning with your purpose, with your path, with your ascension, with balance and equilibrium in your fields and in your life. It is your opportunity to move from here fresher, much fresher, and begin again on your state of being that you choose and your quest for and zest for life and what you choose to show up in your experience. Stay strong. Encourage each other. This is how it works here. I know what to be so. There are many, starting overs. This is normal, totally normal. Whenever you catch yourself in fear or concern that is not productive for your intentions, you can do something very quick that this dear one has been implementing recently. And that is, even if I just don't, it's okay, switching to me. That's my energy. I was doing some affirmations, as we all know, that's so effective. But then we've had some issues with mold. So we've had to take furniture out of our house and, clean walls and get rid of old carpet and take the popcorn off the ceiling. It sticks to everything, even though you can't see it. And so it's made a big difference, but we still had furniture like bookcases and tables outside, and we had thunderstorms moving in. So we were all hustling, to get this taken care of. And there's just been a lot of extra stuff and health concerns, not concerns really, but how do you deal with it? What's the physical thing I have to do and blah, blah. So even with, I just had some scatter, right? More than usual. And so that gave me a really quick tool of I'm so happy and grateful, because I love to start my affirmations with that. And they're saying, how about you just say, I'm so happy and grateful? I was into all this concern about, okay, how are we going to get help to do that? And, whatever, and I did that like 2 times and I felt that wave come in. Oh, I am happy and grateful. I just completely forgot about whatever it was that was just starting to get me a little out of my comfort zone. And I was like, I do this all the time. Well, I'm going to now. But talking to Morta Katana lately has reminded me and made me see that I'd fallen off a little bit. So here I go again, a fresh start. And that's just human. And my guides won't let me shame myself over it, because I used to beat myself up over everything. I had such extreme child abuse. And so, and it was all so that I would work. It was all, used for good. But now I've been in this, been activated for 15 years and started helping others about 7 years ago. And with that, Archangel Michael's done a lot of clearing of all that trauma and so many methods and techniques it's taken, and I'm like, whatever it takes, let's just keep it going. And here, this last couple of years, Katana and I met and we started helping some of our friends. And then before we knew it, our chakras were like bumping up 2 at a time in stages, exactly the same time. Like one of us would notice, or somebody else would, like my family might point it out to me. You had another activation, if I didn't catch it, I'd call her and she's like, yeah, and then vice versa. And in the last 2 years, we've way more than doubled our chakras. So it just helps when you have someone to help, when we have each other to remind us to keep at it. That's a big part of it. And I'm sure I need to hear this right now. They wouldn't be telling me to tell you to share this stuff. So anyway, I'm just, this has been a beautiful session, and I'm going to let Wahyu go ahead. Continue. For me, it's been constant starting over here lately. But this simple little tool is just amazing. I've been using it about 3 days. Because I keep getting pulled off task. But cancel, delete, no longer. It actually has worked so well.
Absolutely. I return to sender with love
Thank you.
is the most powerful words. I
Yes.
am.
Been utilizing that as well.
Return to sender with love, because we have a tendency to pull that whip out and just beat ourselves, right?
Yeah, you sure can easily. And it feeds that unworth and mistrust and of self.
But as I see, the light has changed in everybody's face, and Sherry's over there just shining bright as can be.
Indeed, everyone is enlightened. We're very happy and excited for us.
I saw
And
you
Annabelle,
around you I've never seen before. It was amazing. I opened my eyes and there was light all over. It was like, it was, I don't know if you'll ever be able to see it on the video, but it was radiating. I saw it.
Sit down.
that's awesome.
Right behind you.
It was powerful in my body when it was coming out and coming through to everything. Yeah, he was down his feet. Could y'all tell that White Eagle was like using his feet too? Probably not, but it was powerful. Like his mane was down his back. I could see him. He was in me, but he was like his mane was down his back in full medicine man power mode. It was. I don't know. I'm gonna look at this one again because I want to feel that again.
Thank you for seeing that, Sherry. That's beautiful.
That was amazing. Yes, that you could see that. And, oh, thank you for sharing. That's so huge.
Never
I hope it shows.
I hope it shows. I really do, because I'm watching. I was like saying,
They're
I
saying
said,
you'll definitely see the tone of the light change, and you'll be able to see something in there. There's going to be a difference while that was going on. Has to be.
That opens up a whole new spectrum for you, Sherry, too, to be able to see things.
oh,
I'm getting you right. You got an activation, my dear. That was an activation. Hatan, is that right?
Yes, I got goosebumps. Yes.
Yes, truth bumps. That's what I call them, truth bumps. Spill my water, splash my water.
So when we start worrying, just release it, because it's like, you have a car up on the hill, right? Up on this mountaintop, and you forgot to put the brake on, and you bump it, and you're like, oh, it's gonna go, but then you stand in front of it to stop it. And the stopping is, I am canceling this worry thought, and I have so much more around me and resources that we haven't tapped into, because it comes to the free will, right? It comes to our free will of, are we going to let that energy that we're holding space for right now come in around us?
And that's
Or we could let
No, go
that
ahead.
vehicle, run down the hill, crash into everything, and then let that go out in the universe. And then we feel that for the next week to month, depends on how long we hold on to it. That's the reason why I tell everybody, if there's something going on, it's okay. Everything's going to work out. I've had that. Like yesterday, Chris went to meet Banker, and Brandon came up and he goes, oh my God, unworthiness, lack, stress, I'm not good enough. All of those was resonating in the house.
Sure can be.
So
Yeah.
Chris, go take a shower with my scrub now.
That stuff is so amazing.
Now, Sherry's experienced the scrub.
It's amazing. It brought my prosperity vibration right up to, it goes between 8 and 10. Like, even if I forget to use it for a few times, it just stays there. But anyway,
Let's
so
let,
it literally knocks negative energy off of you for, like a day or two, or maybe longer, depending on what you're doing to supplement your practices or implement your practices and stuff. It's pretty cool.
okay,
Didn't mean to do a
let's-
commercial, sorry.
Amazing.
Thank you. Okay, let's hear from Sherry.
For me?
Yeah.
Sherry, I want to tell you something that and walking your path is what causes those activations. That's why they had me tell the story of how Katana and I met, and then we started just playing together in the fields and helping people, and we just started activating, and it's just gone to So that's the big lesson: is you're on path, honey. And as long as we are practicing what what they've been teaching this session, that shows the universe and our own soul. That's who really needs to hear it and know it, that we're doing our deal. It makes all the difference.
I'm gonna cry.
So they wanted to encourage you, girl. You're doing it. It may not look like it. It doesn't often look like it, because it doesn't show up. The changes don't show up fast enough to deal with our stress a lot of times. That's why they give us these little snippy tools wow, it's really helping. But yeah, girl, congratulations.
Wow.
How do you feel?
I feel warm. I was cold, and then my hands got warm, and then my left, there was like a sharp pain in my left thigh.
Mhm. Oh, interesting. You had some resistance in that stored in your body right there. Something was going on there. Yeah, obviously.
And now I'm warm. I'm warm. Before I was very cold.
It's integrating. It's integrating in your body. It feels in your body too. It'll smooth out.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's just part of you now. So you'll see what that looks like pretty soon. And they're saying you're going to feel the difference in your perception when you meditate. A lot of the time, you'll notice a difference.
I hear even when she's painting.
Oh, especially when you're being creative, because then you're in your zone of just being. That's a powerful state, being present and beingness,
Thank you.
being with that.
The doggies are happy. You guys are all of a sudden, you guys were quiet for a while, and now you're like jumping all over.
You're excited about that energy.
You excited? You want to say hello? Say hello.
Girl, I love doggies.
This is Winnie.
Babies. Hi there. Who is it?
Couscous. This is Winston.
Oh, Winston. Oh, I love that name. It just suits him. Hi, Winston. Hi, Winston.
Couscous, she'll jump up. I'll stop you too.
I miss my two little chihuahuas that passed away at old age a couple years ago.
But I'm sure they're around you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I miss having them. Yeah, I missed having to be able to hold them and pet them, but I do feel them.
I understand.
Yeah, they were 14 and 15 before they passed. They were taken care of. But the youngest one, she got Cushing's the last several years. Yeah, but we just worked with it.
I guarantee the animals that love you are either around you or they come back.
And they take a lot of our stress, and that's why she got sick. I was going through some stuff when I got her.
I think they come back.
You have the
They
two.
They
do.
come back. I think they come back.
Right? You have your huskies, so they feel, right? Don't they feel when you're going through things?
Excuse me, the husky?
Yeah.
Katana, you remember once in the session I said the two huskies I have right now, they seem to be like the parents of the dog I had before.
I'm getting, yeah.
Two huskies right now. One has blue eyes, the other one has brown eyes.
Oh.
And the one I had before had the blue and the brown one. And even the personality
So
is
dry.
like the one is before is a completely mixture of the two I have right now. It's so weird. It seems like going backwards. But they're completely different. They're literally like yin yang. Like one is here, the male. Nashoba is here, but Ayana, she's gone. I don't know where she is. She's under the bed or somewhere else. Yeah.
We've
And
got a
also,
ton of pop.
I also feel
Kind of smiling. I feel her radiance right now.
that one is more earthy. Nashoba is more earthy wolf, and Ayana is more of a angelic or alien kind of spirit. She's completely
Interesting.
different from what I've ever come across in my life.
Really? Huskies are very high energy dogs, but she's really different. How does she seem different than him? Could you explain it at all?
First of all, if you look at her, long enough, I feel like you see that. You just see it.
Okay.
It's something in her eyes.
I love dogs.
And then as for instance, the typical thing is sometimes when I have dreams or nightmares or go out of body or whatever, when I wake up, she lies next to me or she lies on my back. Like she's always
So
there
precious.
protecting. Like you can tell she is protecting. But
that's cool.
when I have sort of daily issues or when I'm sad and I'm crying over things or I fall down and I hurt my body, this is human kind of things. Then the boy comes along and then he licks my tears and he licks my
Oh.
So they have different kind of tasks. They're completely different from each other. So if you met them, you would see that. Like you can tell.
We have from my understanding, we a lot of times we do have agreements with our pets, and they love us so much, and they help us process our stuff.
Yeah,
they certainly do. Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Oh, good.
Yeah.
They certainly do. They help us process our stuff, you know. They protect
You
us
really do.
too.
Yeah, I can. One of the things that came along when I got activated was animal communication, and it's in these years I kind of. It was just so interesting and fun and novel, but then I got kind of sidetracked into working with humans more, and so now it's I can communicate with them. But it's not like I can hear back from them easily anymore. But it's so obvious that that my dog understands every word I say. She always wants to jump up when she's excited if she's been outside, and I'll go out to get her, and instead of just calling her in, and she'll want to jump on me, and she's an Argentinian Dogo, high energy dog, but she's calm in between these little spells. She's rest, and then burst. And anyway, I told her before I went out, Mama's tired. It was like 1 a.m. because we've been dealing with the house, and Mommy's tired, and no playing when I go out, because a lot of times we play tug of war. And I said, not this time. We're going to go in and we're going to play in the morning. No playing tonight. I'll be darned if she just let me. I put the leash on her as insurance that she wouldn't run off and grab a toy. I did, but I didn't need it. She just walked right in the door with me. I was like, oh, thank you. Anyway, but animals are incredibly. So I did a lot of research into our relationship with animals, and the angels said that they do take on our pain happily, and they sometimes will die for us.
Yeah.
But that's with us though. It's not necessary because we are doing our work.
There's one thing once happened to me. I sometimes sense things and the sense frequencies, but I cannot. It's always spontaneous, so I can't do it like right now. It's like
right.
It's somehow in the moment.
That's a journey, though. That's how I got there. It was a journey for me to get there. So you'll get there.
So this one dog, Ayana, she had a dog babysitter, which she went for walks when she was small, when she was like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months old, 6 months old, with this girl. The girl had a Rottweiler, a girl dog. She was 8. Her name was Bailey, and once we were still talking, the girl and I, Bailey would talk to me, and she would tell me from her life when she was a horse. And I'm like, what is going on?
Cool, isn't that fun? It's so fun to talk to them. Oh my gosh. And you could hear.
What did you say? What? And I was like, luckily the girl was sort of open to this kind of thing because she was studying to become a naturopath for animals. But it was like, hey, your dog just told me that she was a horse in her one past life, you know? And she's like,
So much fun
oh,
with that.
I can see her doing that, you know? It's like, so, but this is not something that happens on command. It's just somehow
It
spontaneous.
wets your whistle, doesn't it? It just makes
Yeah.
you want more of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I feel like sometimes you just change frequencies, and sometimes it happens you are in the same frequency, and then you can understand. But I don't know how to do it on command like that right now. You know, it's like it's just,
Mm-hmm.
with me, it's sort of spontaneous.
Mm-hmm.
It's there, but it's not there. It's like I don't know.
It will. Go ahead. Go ahead, Sherry.
The last couple of years in this house, I have ladybugs that come in.
Oh.
I mean, not one. I have like 20 or 30 ladybugs. And they come in
Wow.
at the same time every year. And I've plugged up all the holes. And they live in my house. So I don't know how to explain it. I'll be chopping something and she'll come land right next to me. Or as if it's trying to I don't know what it's supposed to signify. I have no idea. Sometimes I'm sitting in another room and she'll come up on a screen, a whole bunch of them.
Wow.
I don't know.
It's very loving energy that I'm picking up on.
Ladybugs are about love, truth,
Love. There you
and
go.
luck.
I think it's support. Yeah.
I mean, I have pictures I'll have to send you guys and videos like, and at night sometimes they call me down and I'll spray them with some water if they need water and then I'll go to sleep.
Sherry, I think you've been elemental in many lives. I think you've been fairy and some other nature spirits. What are you getting, Katana? What do you think?
Well, yes,
You have a
Sherry.
relationship with these darling creatures
Yes.
in other realms.
They go back. They're taking me to the mermaid time. That the lady, one of the ladybugs that the one that came over the screen was connected to you in mer time. So as the mermaid that you was, I'm getting she was your sister. Betty, is that true?
Yeah, that's my my body does that.
But it's like weird. If I've had people come to my house, friends, and I'm like, you guys won't believe this. And I try to open the door and shush them out. Then they stay around, and I don't know how they come back into the house.
You're a magnet. They're your family in a way. So they show up when it's time to fulfill your agreement. You don't have to be scared of them, but they are probably a nuisance.
Oh, they're not. Nope, I don't. It doesn't bother
If they don't bother you, then yeah, it's okay.
I
Just let it just feel the love that they bring, because that's what I mainly picked up on when you were telling us about it. They're there to provide loving energy and visual reminder of love.
nobody has. I don't know. Every year they come more and more, and we've cleaned out the laundry room.
More.
They just I don't know why they just keep.
Well, this is a very chaotic time on Earth. All this upheaval, all this darkness is rising up and out to be cleared and transmuted, boy, everywhere. So you need more. You need more love, honey. We're getting more support. That's how I'm feeling it anyway.
Really.
So, my throat is itchy and a little scratchy, so that means Sherry, you need to hold to your throat chakra and let that sink out and stop worrying that you're interrupting or impeding,
Allow, my dear.
and allow that to
I
come
allow.
forth. Let what is holding in there out. And don't worry about judgment. Because you know what? You're setting yourself free. Because we always worry about what somebody else thinks, right?
Yeah, we shouldn't. I've stopped
Annabelle's
thinking
right.
about that. I stopped
Annabelle's
worrying
much.
about what other things. I don't no longer worry about what other people think.
It sure
Yes,
helps,
exactly.
doesn't it?
It,
Finally got there for the most part.
brings nothing, you know, brings nothing
Only
to
the
us.
people closest to me. Such a gift.
Once we accept what we are or how we are, the rest doesn't matter.
I agree.
Yeah, before, you
And
know, you're
work with
people
the-
pleasing, you did everything for others, and they were ungrateful, a lot of people. And
Oh,
they
yes.
don't respect you if you give.
It's true. It's true. I had to learn that lesson the hard way as a young woman.
The opposite way, you know?
In my 30s, I really got confronted with that.
Yeah, yeah. Mm.
But it led to that, that work that caused the healing.
Annabelle's
And it
right.
takes a
Confronting
long
self
time.
is the biggest, scariest thing, confronting our own self. And then learning to work with it.
You had more to say, Annabelle?
Well, I just like listening to start with. I don't have much to say because, you know, I don't really know what to say. I just like to listen and learn and talk about some of my experiences, you know. Uh, yeah, we all have different experiences, and a lot of a lot of us have similar experiences.
Hmm.
I think. I think we have a lot of similar experiences, and different too. And we learn with these, and we learn from these experiences. And if you don't learn, well, then go back to kindergarten. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Well,
you start again.
sometimes it
you
feels like
start-
that's where we're at.
we are in a big kindergarten, you know.
Mhm.
Only we're grown up, and the rest are kids. Yeah, they're all kids, you know, big kids, adult kids, old kids, around here anyway. But what can we do about it?
Be strong.
Oh, no, maybe, I don't
Right.
know. I'm just surviving day by day. And I think we all are, you know,
Where are
we're
you
all
right now?
surviving. Huh?
Where
Well,
are
but
you right
also we can thrive. We can choose differently and practice,
Yeah.
like I said,
Well,
and come up in that too.
Leela
yes.
was asking Annabelle a question.
Yeah. What country are you in?
Portugal.
Are you in Portugal? Really?
Yeah.
I was thinking on going there for a while now. Like
Where are
Portugal and
you in?
I'm in Switzerland.
Really?
Yeah.
So we're nearly neighbors.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to
In
Portugal.
Jersey, come visit. I keep telling Katana, you guys come to visit, come to Jersey. I'll show you all over. I'm not far
And where are you in? England?
I'm in New Jersey.
In the United
Uh-huh.
States, Northeast United States, on the coast, right?
And Leela, guess what? Annabelle, she rents out spaces.
Oh, really?
Beautiful.
I was for many months gonna go to Portugal for the winter time, but so much weird stuff happened. I can't tell the noise. And then from Portugal, I was gonna go to Florianopolis, Brazil. I don't know if something calls me to go back to Brazil because I had lived in the Amazon of Brazil with a tribe in the Amazon, and I'm
Oh,
not
what an
going there.
experience.
I for some reason Brazil has been calling me for some time, but then first step Portugal, and then from there because there's yeah, but I don't know why I just got stuck here, as we know some things happen, and just
Uh,
from here. Yeah,
are
what
you
about you?
are your parents from Switzerland?
Yes, they have been born and raised here in this country,
Ah,
but
yeah.
I had lived in the U.S., in Costa Rica, and in Mexico, and been all over South America. I
Oh,
just
lovely.
been going to where native people live. Like I've been always interested in their medicine and their cultures entire life, like ever since I was a little girl. But I've never been to Portugal. I don't think I know Europe that much, to be really honest to you.
Yeah.
It's like,
I love North America and South America and
yeah,
Australia. Australia
that
too.
I home to me. You may see my dog.
Ladies,
Oh.
I'm gonna have to jump off. I didn't realize the
No,
time.
just to see my alien
Oh
dog.
my, yes,
Thank you for Sherry for coming.
yes.
Thank you, guys. This was an
This
amazing.
was wonderful. Makes me want to start a women's circle. Oh my goodness.
That was great today. Hey, puppy. Hello, puppy.
That is lovely.
This is Ayana.
Very nice. Yeah, very nice dog.
She's connected to Katana. This one here.
Oh,
She's
yeah?
been my child. Yeah,
Right.
she's been my child in a past life.
This one is very
Oh,
special.
really? Oh.
She's the one that I say she's sort of an alien. And when they sing together, that's very special. Sometimes you can make them sing together, those two. Not every neighbor likes that, but I like it. So she's right here. She's going on her back again, like, yeah, there we go. Right.
Thank you, Sherry, for being with us. And I will share the link with everybody. And you can come back and watch it, listen,
Feel the
experience
energy.
space.
Mhm.
Nice to see you. Ladies, a pleasure to meet everybody. Again,
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah,
do this again.
likewise.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes,
Bye.
we'll
It's been my
definitely do
pleasure.
this again.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Love and light.
Bye-bye.
Love and light.
Love and light.
Sherry.
Love is just so palpable.
It is, isn't it? It's
Mhm.
very powerful.
I just got a text from a dear client who I treated for months, but and her husband as well. And he had prostate cancer, and he was doing so well, but then he'd already had multiple strokes, and he will not avoid what he shouldn't be eating and take care of that part of it. So he had a stroke and he was confined in a care center. And I had been just treating her like 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week because she was getting dementia, cancel, delete. And we made an incredible difference for her. Her husband, before he had that stroke, said, oh my gosh, she's, doing so much better. But at any rate, they just got short on money. And so her daughter ask her to stop her regular treatment and just, talk to me now and then. Well, it's been like 2 or 3 months and I hadn't heard from her. So all this love has just drawn her in. So I get to get an update soon. I just told her, I'll call you back.
The thing is, you could even utilize this video into helping heal them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many people have cancer these days. Like we talked about that the last session with Katana. Like I lost 5 people on cancer last year.
A lot.
But this is sort of it's a difficult thing to say in just a very short moment. But in some way or another, cancer can be the remedy. Sounds weird, but if you dig deeper, the cancer was the remedy that brings up the bleeding wound. A lot of times you don't see it. Like people would need something like, it sounds harsh, but something like radical, maybe, to change attitude or to change behavior. Some energy from one day to the next. You know what I mean? It's hard,
It's the soul.
it's a hard
The
thing
soul
to
will
say.
motivate that stuff sometimes. I'm sorry, I
But
didn't interrupt.
I'm sorry. This is a hard one, but I've seen it quite many times, and beautiful people.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Leela is right. Sometimes they actually come into our lives and are in that space to teach us of those hard things, only so we can move forward too and understand that there's so much more of ourselves. But sometimes we get caught up in that grief when we can't move out of that grief to learn the lesson that we came for in the first place. And they have a life path that they chose at that time. And even as the people that me and Betty or that I've worked with, or me and Rich West have worked with, that it's the freedom of free choice of where you're going to be. I have a really good friend that I invited to this healing group because I know he could use it. And he's been mourning his mother for now 3 years. And he can't move out of that space to be able to move forward. And he's in that missing part. And no matter how much you tell him it's okay. And his wife is the same way. She holds space for her daughter that she lost over 15 years ago. But between the both of them, it's a remembering, but it's a pain they won't let go. Because that sacral chakra, that inner child, holds onto that.
Yeah, it's true. But we can help that inner child so much.
That's the reason why they brought in the healing all these inner children. And when I seen the inner children, all of them was so dirty, like
Neglected.
dirty. There's neglect. There's their thought, because at 7
All this-
years old, I remember making I've done work with Chris Duncan out of Australia, of doing classes with him. That he took me back to a point when I was 7 years old that I made the decision that I was not going to be good enough. And it was based on my mother. And so then I fought from 7 years old to now to tell myself I am good enough. And when I met Chris, I remember it was me and Chris has had a up and downhill type, our relationships in the past lives have been, some of them very hairy, things go on. And so Spirit decided one day that they was going to teach him, all he's been doing is running around in circles. So I see myself driving the tractor, and he was baling hay and I was raking the hay, and I see myself going the right way, perfectly the right way, doing everything right. And he came over, started throwing a fit, stomping his feet, throwing a fit. You're wasting gas, you're this. And I'm like, I'm doing what you're asking. He goes, all you're doing is going in circles. And boy, Spirit came out and said, it takes one to know one.
Perfect.
And he's like, what? And I said, well, you've been running in circles for centuries, just chasing your little tail around and around and around. And Spirit's really tired of that. He goes, get off the tractor now. I'm going to show you. And I'm like, you ain't showing me shit. And I went over to this cedar tree and I just sat down and I'm like, mother, I can't I can't do this anymore. And I was talking to the cedar tree. And I said, Mother, this is just too hard. And all of a sudden, the mother came and put her hand on my shoulder and said, child, this mission is not that hard. I'm like, he's impossible. Completely impossible, right? And I'm just crying. I'm crying and I'm crying.
Yeah.
She said, it's okay. It's okay because he's going to get it. And the things that you're going to do might seem really harsh, but you're going to have to get him to awaken. And it might not be the easiest things that you do every day. And they might be very painful. And they might be where you want to walk away. And those moments, you need to remember we have you. And as mother, I know that you're capable and powerful enough to do this mission. And then they brought him back around to me. And the first thing he said, I'm sorry. So no matter how hard it is in your journey, there's always a bigger picture, and you have to hold that space that you are here for whatever purpose. And as Layla traveling everywhere, experiencing everything, finding parts of herself that she was looking for. I understand that because from when Brandon was born to age 17, we moved. I got where I wouldn't unpack. I would just like leave things in the box, and then I'm like, oh, maybe this is the spot we'll be staying here. And as soon as I got comfortable, they moved us out again. And something would happen, or a new opportunity would come, or a door would close, another door would open. And Brandon said one time, he goes, Mom, can't we just have a place that we live?
Yeah.
And we have that now. Like when I came here, my friend from Hawaii, she was like, you found home. And I'm like, this doesn't feel like home. It does not. I want to leave.
Yeah, but you made it a home.
I have made it home.
Yeah, you
And
created it.
I didn't run back to Colorado, So just allow the learning. And I am totally grateful for everything that comes through, because it's our learning. And then you can burn it out of your Akashic records, your soul memory, your soul star. We even tapped into that the oceans have their own Akashic records.
Your ocean.
That's pleasant.
Yeah.
So many layers.
Yeah.
A lot of secrets.
Yeah, because there's the unknown Akashic records, the invisible Akashic records, the dream Akashic records, the shadow Akashic records, our Akashic records, the ocean's Akashic records, Earth's Akashic records, and then the ancient souls Akashic records.
That's a lot of stuff.
It's a lot of layers.
And just imagine, Annabelle,
Yep.
you're in charge.
Nah, I can't be. Is it still? Listen, I want to ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
We have different aspects of ourselves, right? We live
Yeah.
in different dimensions. So I'm here. Another self is maybe there looking over the Akasha records, and I'm here. Is that
Yeah.
possible?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought so.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so what I'm doing here is, what am I doing here then?
You came here
Lot.
for experiences.
Yeah, a lot.
But also
To work off some karma, to help the humanity by
Yeah.
being on your own way.
and communication.
Hmm.
Like what the other aspect is doing, it can come through you. You know, there's knowledge you can ask, and then that will be transmitted, and then you bring it
Yeah.
out in human words, which
Yeah.
we understand.
huge.
What I would like is getting together with you more often. Then we can do special works
Yeah.
to
Well,
help every being, you know,
Oh, yes.
every being, like humans and other animals, everything, you know.
Needs help, and that's for sure.
Yeah.
that's
So
why
that's
we started.
That's
Go
an
ahead.
interesting, that's an interesting question, though. I mean, there's so many aspects. I mean, she's just talking about two,
Incredible.
but there's so many of them, right? Like, you can be in the past, like, there's not the timeline. You know, the time is not linear. So, but one aspect of you can be sort of in another life from you, what you think is the past life, and one aspect of you can be in a future life you don't even know of, or you're not aware of it yet. You may or may not. And then there's other aspect can be in another realm, in another dimension, on another planet. You know, it's like
Yes. So
there's
deep.
so much of it.
Another question, because you know not where the go to. For example, when does a person get together with all the other aspects together? Is that possible?
Katana, can I tell them what we found out in another session?
Yeah. Yes.
There, Katana and I, we found out that I had met another aspect of mine who is in a male body living in Costa Rica working as a shaman. Remember that story?
Yes, I do.
That is an
Certainly
aspect
do.
of mine. So they can even live right now in the same time as we live right now, you know.
The older
Even
this,
though
my understanding is the older our souls are, the more experienced we are. We split off into different aspects and different bodies. Yes.
I don't,
And
I
We
go
found
ahead.
out we have like 15. So yes.
Not more, not more.
yeah, way more. But I believe from my time in Mexico
In a
that
body.
there is this time we are aware of, but there's also in the same place where we are right now on another speed, like let's say on another time. There is another world. There's another, you know, a reality. There's something we
All
might
kinds of
not
timelines.
with this awareness not aware of. But when we are in another frequency, you might step into this. And this
So
is Mexican life. Like,
for example, when we cancel soul contracts or
excuse me?
contracts,
Yeah.
when we cancel contracts, is that the same thing?
You gotta ask Katana. I don't know. Like the contract. I don't. What did he say?
Yeah,
Is it the same thing?
when you cancel contracts, especially when you're doing on the deep spectrum, and that's the reason why they have me go sokore karetaka wo kareteki to ona kareteko mota kareteke una sakaretakita una karetakito una karetakara to ona te uva karetakito ana sakarete, because that is on a whole different level than you just the surface healing, because you know you can scratch just the surface. Oh, I got there. And like Sherry that came when I first met her, we did a session together and she's like, Katana, I see these cords and they're severed and they're just jaggedly severed, but they're above me. And I said, because Sherry, we're in the deep space. We're diving deep in that energy field. And so the thing is, some people give, just the top layer of it, but diving deep into that information and finding that, we're expanding across the timelines, and we're changing not just you in this moment in time, but other times. They're asking me to share with you Mark. Mark, my other client, he came as himself, right? But he was Shiva, but then he was Archangel Raphael, and then Archangel Raphael ended up in chains and this other woman that we broke him out of. So he birthed himself as another part of him, as an archangel of the agriculture. So he was trying to escape himself. So now his daughter had a boy, and we found out that's the ancient part of Mark. His ancient soul came as his grandson.
Wow.
Oh.
Deep.
And I've had many clients that have been in the same timeline. One, he was a king, but yet he was in Roman times, he was the king, but then in front of him, he was fighting. He was doing the games, the ancient Roman games, and he was in front of himself fighting another person. So, and he's been up to 15 different people at the same time.
No.
Not trafficking.
Yeah.
That's why to me it is, I'm not sure about it, but that dual soul or twin flames, I was like, that there cannot be just the two, like I was always sort of in resistance to that belief system, because I was always thinking, there's not just two, there's not just the dual or two flames. I think there's plenty more of it. But I'm not sure, like, if, this is just a belief system for.
The twin flame is a part of your soul. It's the other part of you. I've met a couple of my twin flames. I'm like, you can't be a twin flame of mine.
There's more than two, right? There's more than two. They cannot just.
There's more than two, yes.
That doesn't make sense.
How many? Maybe 10 or 20, maybe, or
I
no?
think it depends on the soul, but I never believe that there's just two. That
It's
doesn't
more
make
twin
sense.
flames, right, Katana?
Yes,
Is
that
there more
is
twin?
true. Yes.
Oh,
What we
Yeah.
want?
that's a bit.
More twin flames than two.
Well, that
That's
indicates that if all of our different aspects have twin flames, that seems like it would be potential because of equilibrium. I wonder if that's true. That's quite the consideration I hadn't made before.
Well, that goes back off to sharing, right? Sharing off the little shards.
Huma. Yeah, I Huma.
Missing you, Mama.
He's talking. He's talking.
Yeah, she talks a lot. She understands everything, like everything. but she's hungry. I gotta cook her food. She's like,
She's
yeah,
like,
but
Last time, it is getting to be that time of feeding the critters.
no, what I'm trying to say is like before what you just said about being trapped in a relationship, because that belief system have been so popular among the new age culture, any kind of literally community, that people would stay together in relationships telling each other they're the twin flames, right? Because you gotta stay with this person no
It's your
matter what.
soulmate.
Like twin flame. And I was like, that cannot be just two. You don't, find just that one person. I don't know. It's like I think it kept people trapped in relationships they might should not be in, just because they believe it's that one twin flame they have.
Well, and my understanding is that we plan our incarnations, but even though we've got all these multiple timelines, it's so confusing sometimes. But we have candidates. If the main one doesn't work out, we have multiple people that we can connect with and fulfill our purpose with, is what I understood. But I never thought about them being like perhaps additional other parts of me, sort of. To me, that's what a twin soul is. It's the male part of the soul.
yeah, yeah, because it's that other part. And see, like Chris, when I first met Chris, he would tell me, look, our feet are the same. And you put my hand to his hand. He's like, our hands are the same. And then we found just recently the stairway to heaven from the Babylon times, that they took our feet, our footprints, and put them together, so then that way they could walk up the stairs to Babylon, right? And I was like, oh, they took me right back to the point of the first date that he took. Chris is very interesting. He took me for the first date to a cemetery.
Oh my goodness, that's different.
It's he does different things. He'll bring me carcasses. Most men bring you flowers. Mine does not do that.
Okay, now that's a fresh approach.
He brings
Sort of.
He took me, it's called Indian Hill, and it's where the natives went, and they had died there. It was a spot where, because you could see across Nebraska, and it kind of goes into, because it's all open space, so you could see all the way across and you connect with the mountains. So if they couldn't make it to the actual mountain, they went to Indian Hill, and I took my drum, my beautiful mother drum, up there, and she drummed with me. And next thing you know, all of these chiefs are like, oh, look at the white girl, singing. And I just kept doing it, and next thing you know, they're like, well, she's pretty good, and I could hear them in my head, and it was really funny. He yeah, don't let opinions take over. And so from there, we just kept moving forth, and going through our journey and enjoying the hard times, because you have to enjoy, you have to be appreciative for the hard times, because I appreciate everything that I've gone through. Even at the time, maybe I did not appreciate it, but I do appreciate the hard times, because it's made me who I am now.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It takes everything. Yeah, the whole spectrum.
Proud of oneself.
What, Annabelle?
It makes one proud of oneself.
Yes.
The hardships makes one more prouder than the good times, because you
Yeah,
get
'cause
over the
how many
hardships.
times we don't really remember too much of the good times, do we?
Well, it
It's out of
depends.
proportion a lot of the time.
I can say I have had good times, and I still
Good.
have that, yeah. I make sure I have good times. And a lot of people have good times. I make sure who's with me has a good time too. He doesn't get bored.
Yeah, if we don't have some focus for play, then it can just all turn into gruel.
That's right, yeah. So, you know, you have to appreciate the good parts, but especially the hard times. That's when
Huh, pardon me.
you get
So true.
the things, you know.
That is true. Yeah. Yeah. And yesterday
Like
they
this.
told me to go out and celebrate. And I'm
Better.
like, what are we celebrating? They're like, you're just celebrating. Like, you know, and we took Chris and, you know, I told Chris, I said, you need to go into town with this. And he's like, well, you know, and I'm like, okay, just be a poo-poo and don't go with us. That's fine. Because I couldn't tell him. They're
You
like,
can make him.
I couldn't tell him what was happening. They're like, don't tell him, don't tell him. Just, you know, I'm like, fine. He's like, oh, okay, I need to go, don't I? I really need to go.
It's really new
And
for him, isn't it? He's
It's-
doing so amazing. He's really
Yeah.
bumped way up.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, it's crazy what he looked like. And he goes, that's not me. And I'm like, no, it's not you anymore. You know, and reading through this book last night really kicked his butt because there was so much that he was holding on to that he shouldn't have held on to. Sometimes
Excuse me.
it's the little things that connect with us, and I appreciate this, and we're going to do it again.
I want to copy the chat links. Didn't think to do that. I'll get that book. I mean that site you posted.
Yeah.
Copy.
Yep, I posted it straight from Amazon, so it comes straight from Amazon.
If you guys want to get the Raymond Grace information, it's right there. It's pretty easy to write down too if you don't want to copy it. But he is an amazing intuitive. He had his neighbor call him having accidentally sprayed Roundup on his crops that he uses to feed his cattle, his alfalfa. And it was like a year's worth of feed. And he did not tell Raymond that it had been done like 3 weeks earlier. It should have been too late, but Raymond treated it by making a statement to neutralize the negative frequencies of the Roundup and turning them into fertilizer. And then he used his pendulum while the energy fields were at work and his amazing belief. And that crop grew back 30 days later.
Wow.
Yeah, he's incredible and is a simple man and he has simple teachings. And we went to Virginia and got to meet him and do a workshop with him. So I'm impressed.
Where she got to meet another couple that
Yes, that's so amazing. It was synchronicity.
Actually, she got to meet Archangel Michael and his wife.
Yeah, her neighbors. We're at the same conference. Synchronicity. So glad we could help pray when they had an accident a while back with their daughter.
Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful. So they're telling me to share a going out song and we'll close it out. So I'm gonna play the song that they're telling me. I gotta just get back in there real quick.
Excuse me, Katana. But that song is very beautiful. The song you sing, a very beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Oh, it is, yeah.
It is.
She's got a nice voice too.
She
Nice
does.
song.
And whenever we sing together, it's just because the angels are like, they complement the energy. So it's just a lot of times someone would be singing, like toning along with her. So I hope it wasn't like jarring or anything because it really does work. It's just gorgeous though, her ability to sing for him without anybody getting through.
I really think, because I went to a place in Colorado up in the mountains, and we all was singing different language. I was doing it in language, somebody else was doing it in like Hindu, and then another one Celtic, and then we've got all these different mantras and everything, and everybody's like, oh, I hope I'm not overstepping you, right? And I was like, are you all actually listening to the song? Because as I'm singing, I'm listening.
Inspiring it.
And the thing is, the beauty of it was that everything was coming through in the point that it was supposed to come through.
It's all in the
And
moment.
it was just, it was amazing. And then after, they're like, oh, wow, we should have recorded that.
It is so powerful, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is really powerful. So they want me to play the expansion activation journey, the ring of inner vision.
Oh, I want to hear this.
Yeah.
Feel it.
Excuse me, if I may,
Uh-huh.
this box has appeared in front of me. It says you're visualizing the running wolf. It's like a box, you know, where the original video, the big video appeared. There's a box that's just, it says visualize options. I don't know what this is, and I can't get rid of it.
Oh, okay. We'll work on that. So, let's see here.
So if oh, yeah, I could, you know, there could be a hacker or something, and to take me out of this. Yeah, you never know. Just in
Yeah.
case.
Okay. So here we go.
I call forth the light of divine clarity. I open the gates of higher perception. I enter the temple of soul vision. I call forth the light of divine clarity. I open the gates of higher perception. I enter the temple of soul vision. Light wind sounds of a whispering chant beneath the frequencies. Light flows through me. I see. Sound transmission. Light wind sounds of a whispering chant beneath the frequencies. Breath and body awareness. Breathe in for a count of 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. As you breathe, bring attention to the space between your brows. With each breath, I soften the mind. With each breath, I open the gate. Visual activation. Imagine a violet-white ring beginning to form at the third eye. It spins gently clockwise, then expands outward like a portal of vision. From the center of the ring, light symbols begin to appear. Codes, images, or just colors and sensations. You may hear words. You may feel truth. You may see beyond time. Let it unfold. Piva channeled light chant. Speak or whisper slowly, like a mantra. Ahrana Vesha Torta Lumina. Eye of soul awaken me. Light of source, flow through my sight. I see. I remember. enter the temple of soul vision. I call forth the light of divine clarity. I open the gates of higher perception. I enter the temple of soul vision. Light wind sounds of a whispering chant beneath the frequencies. Light flows through me. I see. Sound transmission. Light wind sounds of a whispering chant beneath the frequency. Breath and body awareness. Breathe in for a count of 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. As you breathe, bring attention to the space between your brows. With each breath, I soften the mind. With each breath, I open. Visual activation. Imagine a violet-white ring beginning to form in your third eye. Bends gently clockwise, then expands outward like a portal. From the center of the ring, light symbols appear. Codes, images, scenes, or just colors and sensations. You may hear words. You may feel truth. You may see beyond time. Let it unfold. Heave a channeled light chant. Speak or whisper slowly, like a mantra. Ahrana Vesha Tora Lumina. Eye of soul awakening. Light of source flow through my sight. I see. I remember. I rise. My inner vision is a gift. I honor what I have received. I will walk with light. Let it lead. I honor what I have received. I will walk with light and let it lead.
Katana,
Hmm?
my kitty wants to come in. I'm going to get my cat.
Okay.
Okay? She's saying, let me in.
I don't mind.
That was my 4 a.m.
That's awesome, girl. It was very powerful. Fun.
I was having so much fun. I didn't want to go to bed, but my eyes are like, oh.
Like a little kid.
I wasn't just creating the song, I was creating the megahertz healing rings, the tarot cards for the new deck that I'm emailing my son at starting at 3 a.m. in the morning until 5 a.m. I know he's probably like ding ding. Okay, mom. Because I put them separately so they don't get all mixed up. And so I was emailing him that. So I was doing songs, mantras, meditation ones, and then I posted on YouTube my new one. And then I was preparing an email, and they're like, no, you need to rewrite the whole email. Like at 12:30, they're like, you need to rewrite the whole email. And
Oh,
I'm like, okay. Hmm. There she is.
pretty.
Hello.
Hi there, baby. What a handsome.
He's a baby. He's the baby of the family. Thank you.
It's a
Big
big.
caddy.
Yeah,
He's a good sized boy.
Size girl.
Calm. Is it a girl?
Yeah, it's girl.
Oh, it's beautiful.
She chases the big dogs down the street.
That's maybe what I was picking up on. Tough.
The other one chased the
Big
big German
presence.
shepherd. Big German shepherd down the street.
He
Chased
doesn't
him.
like them claws, I'm sure. Teach him respect.
Oh, she's funny, you know.
Hmm.
But pets it's interesting because a lot of pets, I think, if it's they reincarnate after and after because they've got the same
That's
character.
what I was told when I was asking those questions.
Yes, they do.
Sorry?
Yes, they
Now
do.
they come back with us, or they
I've
show up
got
at different points.
I've got
Yeah.
a dog. She
Very
showed up in
intelligent.
my life in Denver. I don't have her now because she's my cow. And when she
My chihuahua, one of my chihuahuas came back as one of the cats.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah,
had
she's with me in that way. I just didn't think of it earlier to share it.
I had a dog for almost 15 years that died 6 years ago, but I don't think she's one of my dogs. I think she was.
That can happen.
I felt she was sort of a, a little girl soul trapped in a dog body.
That happens too. I have a dog with a human soul right now.
Oh
So I
yeah.
was,
Yeah.
I didn't know this was a thing until Katana clued me in.
no, I was 100%
Yeah.
sure because when we were when there's kids in the schoolyard, she always wanted to watch them. She was so into children, but she was not at all into dogs. She was afraid of, like, when she saw a dog, I was like, oh my God, I think she's gets shocked every single time that she's
Oh, that's too bad. She must have had some trauma.
She had. So when she died, I was 100% sure she would come back as a human being, not as a dog. So that's like, I'm not. She's not a dog, right?
I got yes on that. And I had a dog that I just was the dog that made me fall in love with dogs because I'd always had cats as a young adult. And we got this little bitty dog from my grandma. She wanted a Chihuahua again. And we got tricked into buying one that didn't have papers that ended up being a terrier. He even had old bushy, wiry terrier hair. He was a doll. It was like 13 pounds, perfect size, sturdy. Oh man. Anyway, so, but he wasn't mine. And I mean, it was so hard to accept that because he belonged to my boyfriend who I lived with for 8 years, 15, 20 years ago. 20 years ago.
It doesn't matter because like Mr. Kitty, Chris had Mr. Kitty and like Cat in a Hat. Cat in a Hat. When I came here, both of them was dropped off kitties, and Chris was like, you can't pet them. They won't let you pet them. And 3 days I was here and I'm picking up Mr. Kitty and carrying him around. And he goes, how did you do that? Because he's a wild kitty. And I'm like, this is, part of it.
Yeah.
And so
They tune into
Part
you.
of the family. Part of the family.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
They are family.
Recognition.
at one
Yeah.
point I was making videos on Facebook and so Mr. Kitty started talking through the videos, and we was talking about love. Is during COVID, and we was talking about love, and I said Mr. Kitty has a lot to say about love, that you can't force women into loving you. And he goes, wow, wow, because we had a cat here. Her name was Firefly. And he loved her, but she wanted nothing to do with him to be her mate. And so she chose Chewy, which we thought they was brother and sister. But what happened, when they came from Georgia, the mother switched the children, and the other mother, because the girl I got them from, she goes, that's not the same cat. That's my other cat. So they became mates when they was young. And Mr. Kitty's like, I search everywhere and I can't find love, and so we would do videos together, and I'm like, let Mr. Kitty talk to you and tell you.
Fun.
You love cats, don't you, Kato?
Yes,
love
I
cats.
do. Yeah, we have 11 cats.
Oh, wow.
Now,
Yeah, 11. Yeah, because there was two. Oreo
lovely.
just showed up. Oreo looks
beautiful.
exactly
I wish I
like
could do that.
Mr. Kitty.
She's
He's
rural.
got a tuxedo white, and then he has a black tail with a tip of white on the end. And I named him Oreo. We have now Butterscotch that showed up. He's a new kitty that showed up.
Gotta get some water.
I believe that the universe blesses you with the animals that come forth. And yeah. And we're stewards of the animals. And to enjoy that space and that time with them is really important.
It is. And it's very good for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Uh,
And
they-
Lilu's wolves are going, our food.
Yeah. Ayana's always talking. It's like,
She's like, food.
no, I'm like petting her
Um,
belly. His belly's scrubbed.
Yeah. It's, when I love pets. I love birds, dogs, but more cats, cats. It's more independent. They're more independent.
Yes.
Dogs are
Dogs
very,
Had some that were extremely
clingy.
needy and affectionate,
Dogs
though.
are clingy, too clingy.
Yeah, my
A lot
dog
of
is
dogs are
very.
clingy. Very clingy, and if I had more time, it would be nice, but I don't have a whole thing to run. But yeah, getting there.
Yeah. So how about next Wednesday, same time? Would that work for everybody?
When,
Yes,
Katana?
I believe so.
Next Wednesday?
1:30,
Yeah.
our
And
American time.
That how much?
Now
What
my
time would
kitty's
that be here?
hollering.
huh?
What
I
time would that be here?
Yeah, it would be about 6:30 your guys' time.
yeah.
6:30.
No, I will try to make it work. I don't know if
Oh,
I'm
it's
still in this
raining.
Airbnb, maybe I'll be another one, but I will try to make it work for sure.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, because we started something, Leela.
I think it was beautiful. Like I really liked and enjoyed it.
I'm
Thank
so
you.
glad.
Good.
It was
That's a
beautiful.
beautiful blackie you got there.
This is
Betty.
Sammy. He gets tired of being lonesome. He comes and bangs on the door. He can often push it open.
Yeah,
So he's like,
I've had black
he's.
cats over the years. They're beautiful.
I think
Yep.
so too. He was a rescue. I've had 4 cats, actually 6 cats come up on the property in the last 5 years and didn't, it's drought out here and brush. So we just started feeding them. And this one came as a kitten. The 3 of them came with their mom. So they just stayed feral for a long time. So they don't come in the house, but with him being a kitten, he come in the house so I could keep him safe because we have critters out here that might have ate him.
Oh,
So he's
he's
special.
beautiful.
Now
He's
he's
beautiful.
up. Let
Hi, Sammy.
There she is.
Sammy's lovely too.
He stands
eh?
up against my leg when I come out of the bedroom
got
because I don't let
lovely
him sleep in the
eyes.
bedroom. Yeah, he's he just wants the hand.
Did you see that, Katana? We have all
I'm gonna see if I
animals
can
now
find
on
mine.
our laps. There's like, I have a dog and she acts like a cat, and the other two have cats on their lap. You know, you need to get your 11 cats.
Yes, why not?
I
This
know.
is
I'm
Tatiana.
surprised.
Everybody was needing an oxytocin fix to go with our heavenly ethereal fixes.
She's eating.
Exactly.
She's eating a snack.
Yeah, we're all getting where we need a meal too.
There's a
So our
male
kitties are helping us, our babies.
He's very
So-
lovely, Blackie.
Thank
Blackie
you.
beautiful.
He's a sweet boy, but only on his terms, like you said. And he'll have
Yeah.
days where he wants nothing to do with this, here and there.
Are you talking? Oh,
Yeah, she's just like, let's go.
Oh, she's so awesome. Gorgeous.
beautiful.
I
Us-
really tried to pronunciate words. You won't believe it, but it's true. Like, especially this one here. It's interesting.
Yeah. Lovely dog.
Yeah, I can
My
actually-
my stepson tried having a husky puppy, and we warned him that was not his first dog. It wouldn't be the best choice for a first dog, because they're so energetic and he likes to watch TV. He tried it and he ended up having to find it at home. It was just such a hyper little thing, and being a male too. But he was adorable and smart. Oh my gosh. Talked, like you said.
This one is a Zen Buddhist. Like, she doesn't need that much of a run. When she's outside, she runs. But she likes to meditate quite a lot. Like,
Awesome.
but the boy, Nashoba, the boy that looks like a wolf,
Uh-huh.
he's very energetic. Like,
They have a lot of testosterone and drive. Need a lot of activity.
Mine, she provokes me. She says, come and pat me, and when I go near her, she just
She's a flirt,
all the
huh?
time, I'm gonna get her now.
Looks like to lead you on. I bet she loves it once you pet her, though. I feel like I got a fur coat.
Yes.
He usually only wants about 3 to 4 minutes in the morning. I'm standing in the kitchen, or I'll go, if I don't feel like standing there, I'll go sit on the couch or whatever. And he'll stay with me just a few minutes and then he's off and gone. He's real comfortable right now.
Meow,
Oh,
meow,
this is
meow,
so much.
meow.
There's so much pets around right now.
Oh, it's a more hand, Mama.
Yeah, they're a part of they're a part of our lives, and it's very powerful.
I think they help us deal with this whole world. You know what I mean? As far as it's, especially for us intuitive people that are trying to help humanity, we need love, we need support, and they just provide that unconditional love. It's just so awesome.
Exactly,
Ain't that
yes.
right? Isn't that right? It's so
Exactly,
nurturing. It helps us
exactly.
keep going. It just helps it, doesn't it? It just helps us. Yeah.
There's this saying, like, you never get the dog you want, you get the dog you need. And
Oh,
I'm sure
that's a good
it's the
one.
same for cats. And then I have two of them. Like, I literally have a male and a female, and they're so completely different from each other. What does that say about me? Like, huh? I am.
That you're a loving person. And two of the cats have, we don't have two of the cats that we had because one left the property and managed to find a place where she was always snotty about, like, she didn't want to accept human food. Came as a kitten, but she kind of got like, she wanted to hunt and get her own food, and she thought everybody should. And she got hoity-toity and was starting to pick on one of the other cats. And I actually withheld food. We were guided to withhold food for a few days. So she would everybody agreed to it. The other cats did too. Anyway, then she was like understanding, okay, I appreciate the food. But then she found a place with another cat where she could hunt, and evidently it was miles away. My stepson is become very activated, and he's an incredible animal communicator, and he could see it. And anyway, but then we have had two other cats come up that, you know, one of them we got it fixed, and then right after a fox got it. It was sad. It was a real sweet cat. And then we had one show up, and they pick on our poor male that we've already neutered. They always want to challenge him, and he's like, I'm not up for this anymore, guys. So we have to go get them fixed as soon as possible, you know, at any rate. But they all have names now. Even Walter, the oldest one that's the most scared of humans, he comes and rubs my legs, and he wants me to get down and scratch him every time now. It took about 3 or 4 years because he was so feral. So they all want love and give love, you know. It's their agreement with us.
Yeah, they give a lot of love.
Yes.
And they're very
So
intelligent
it's a
too. Very
exchange.
intelligent.
So this one, my Ayana, she has some feline kind of attitudes, like what huskies have. They even say huskies
Really?
are safe from, yeah. But this one is like a cat. First of all, she's very
Cool.
independent. The girl, the one with the blue eye,
Uh-huh.
and she's very picky in food. Like you could cook her a whole entire buffet, she doesn't want to eat any of it. Like you would
Yeah, if
have
it's
to
not if it doesn't suit her,
she's like,
that's how mine is
but
too.
this is not, she's, as I said before, she's so different. And the boy he's a dog, he's a wolf. But she's,
And they eat anything you put in front of them. I've had other male dogs that I love to death, but they just that kind of like blah, 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 everything you put in front. Yeah. My girl's more discerning too.
She goes,
Like,
you guys
hey.
keep talking about food and
yeah, I know. She won't stop. She won't stop. She's like, she's very persistent. She gets what she wants always.
Well,
Like,
she deserves it.
yeah, you do.
Yeah. Well, it is dinner time.
Yes,
I
you
guess we
do.
should go, Katana.
Yes. I think it's time, huh?
yeah. Yeah, thank you, ladies. And
Thank you so much.
well, it doesn't matter where you're at, you're more than welcome to come back next week, and we'll all
Yeah.
get the email.
That's a lovely
taken
thing about
care of
Zoom.
before, and then I'll share. Is it okay if I share this with the other people that we invited?
Or as for me, it is.
Annabelle, is that okay?
Yes. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. All right, awesome, because this is going to open the door up for other people that wasn't for sure what we was doing today.
Well, this would be awesome. Yeah. This would be awesome.
Yeah.
There's so many of us need support and help, and it just works.
Yeah,
It's
and
fun.
all of the
Filling.
angels and the natives and the goddesses and everybody that came today, thank you for making this happen. Thank you, Leela.
And thank you too.
Yes.
Lovely.
Okay, we're going to end it there, and we love you very, very much.
We love you too. I love you very much.
Yes.
I love you too. Yeah.
Love you.
Especially Kat.
This was
'Cause I know her
beautiful.
longer.
Mine transferred to my
Oh,
lap
thank-
now.
Thank you.
It's like, come on now. Nobody wants to be the first to leave, but I'm going to do it. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Take care.